The strength of a labor union is built not only by those who lead it today, but also by the generations of leaders who laid the foundation before them. For the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSAN, that history dates back to 1978, with successive leaders contributing to the growth of one of Nigeria's foremost trade unions. Good evening and welcome to TUC Half Hour, the flagship labor affairs weekly program proudly sponsored by the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria under the leadership of Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo. I am your host, Judith Trust. Thank you so much for joining us. This week on TUC Half Hour, PENGASSAN brings together its past and present leaders to celebrate decades of service, sacrifice, and commitment to the association and its members. At the event, former presidents, general secretaries, and other union leaders were honored for their contributions, while the current leadership reflected on PENGASSAN's achievements, workers' welfare, the state of the Nigerian economy, and the challenges facing communities across the country. We also hear from PENGASSAN President Comrade Festus Osifo on why addressing poverty, strengthening grassroots governance, and protecting workers' interests remain critical to Nigeria's stability. Stay with us for the highlights. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSAN, has honored its past leaders for their contributions to the growth and development of the association since its establishment in 1978.
If not for the solid foundation that our elders, our past presidents, our past leaders laid, we would not have been where we are today. So that is why we deem it fit to call us, to appreciate us, and just to say thank you. Just to say thank you for all that you have done. Thank you for the work that you have put in over the years. Words are not enough for us to thank you. Words are not enough. In fact, as human, we need to show gratitude once a while. We need to, our heart is filled of gratitude and thanksgiving. Because if not for you all, truly, it would have been extremely difficult for us to have achieved some of the modest successes we have achieved today. If not for the solid foundation that you have laid, that we didn't need to start digging and digging and digging, but we needed to build on the foundation that you have laid over the years. All our past presidents, all our past general secretaries, all our past deputy presidents, our past industrial relation officers, our past PROs, indeed, our past zonal chairmen, our past zonal secretaries, and all officers that have led from the national to the zones, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, may all, outside the past president, all other PENGASSAN members serving, PENGASSAN members that are currently PENGASSAN members today, please stand up and let us give 7 gozas to all our past leaders here seated. 1, 2, go. Goza, goza, goza. 7, goza, 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 goza.
The recognition took place in Lagos during an appreciation event attended by former presidents, general secretaries, deputy presidents, zonal officers, current union leaders, and other stakeholders. The event featured presentations of Lifetime Meritorious Service Awards and Outstanding Administrative Service Awards to former leaders in recognition of their service, mentorship, and contributions to the union.
Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations.
Among those honored were former PENGASSAN presidents, Comrade Babatunde Ogun, Comrade Peter Esele, Comrade Dr. Brown Ogbeifun, Comrade Gani Owoduni, Comrade Shino Luwoye, and Comrade Austin Iziwanka.
On behalf of PENGASSAN, the CWC, and the NEC, I wish to present the Lifetime Meritorious Service Award to Comrade Babatunde Oguns, President of PENGASSAN 2008 to 2014. This award is a recognition of your exceptional service, unwavering dedication, lasting contributions, enduring legacy, absolute mentorship, and great support to members and leaders of the associations over the years. Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations. On behalf of the Central Working Committee, on behalf of the NEC, and on behalf of award to Comrade Peter Esele, President of PENGASSAN 2006 to 2008. Thank you for your service. It is in recognition of your exceptional service, unwavering dedication, lasting contributions, enduring legacy over the years. Thank you for all you do, sir. We appreciate it. This token of recognition to our teacher, to our lecturer, to the man who traversed the length and breadth of the country to teach us collective bargaining, to teach us industrial relations, to teach us conflict resolution mechanisms. We appreciate you, sir, for all that you do. Even above 70, you are still there to give us the necessary support. We appreciate you. On behalf of the Central Working Committee, the NEC, staff and members of PENGASSAN, it's my singular honor to present the Lifetime Meritorious Award to Comrade Dr. Brown Ukbef, President of PENGASSAN. I made a mistake here. President of PENGASSAN, will correct it, 2003 to 2005. In recognition of your exceptional service, unwavering dedication, lasting contributions, enduring legacy, absolute mentorship, and great support to members and leaders of the association over the years. They never get tired. They are always there to give all the support. Congratulations, sir. On behalf of the Central Working Committee and the National Executive Council, staff and members of PENGASSAN, it's my great honor to present this token of appreciation, but it's actually a token, and recognition to our High Chief, our comrade, the Lifetime Meritorious Service Award, presented to Comrade Shina Louis, President of PENGASSAN 1998 to 2003. Is in recognition of your exceptional service, unwavering dedication, lasting contributions, enduring legacy, absolute mentorship, and great support to members and leaders of the association in the past years. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate this our daddy because he was the president of PENGASSAN when it was tough in Nigeria. When it was very tough, I mean, during the June 12th era, he went through a lot.
He slept inside freezer for 6 hours.
Inside freezer for 6 hours. So it was quite tough that time. You know, when we said, let's appreciate our leaders, we have a little idea of what they went through. But only they themselves could explain, you know, the extent to which, you know, things were tough during those days. On behalf of the Central Working Committee, on behalf of the NEC, on behalf of members and staff of PENGASSAN, we present this token of award and recognition to our former president, the Lifetime Meritorious Service Award to Comrade Gani Owoduni, President of PENGASSAN 1994. In recognition of your exceptional service, unwavering dedication, lasting contributions, enduring legacies, absolute mentorship, and great support to members and leaders of the association over the years. We appreciate you, sir. We thank you. We thank you. On behalf of the Central Working Committee, the NEC, members and staff of PENGASSAN, I wish to present this award as a token of appreciation from a grateful heart and a grateful association to a Lifetime Meritorious Service Award to Comrade Austin Ezewaka, President of PENGASSAN 1990 to 1992. In recognition of your exceptional service, unwavering dedication, lasting contributions, enduring legacy, absolute mentorship, and great support to members and leaders of the association over the years. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Former General Secretaries, including Comrade TK Narebo, Comrade Dr. M.M. Fadakinte, and Comrade Bayo Oluwoshole were also recognized for their administrative contributions to the association. The union said the awards were a symbolic appreciation of the leaders who laid a foundation upon which the current administration has built. The event also provided an opportunity for PENGASSAN to reflect on developments within the oil and gas industry, including the ongoing divestment of assets by international oil companies. Comrade Osifo disclosed that the union had engaged regulators to ensure that workers' interests were considered before divestment transactions received final approval. He said the approach was informed by lessons from previous divestments, with the union seeking to ensure that workers are not left vulnerable when ownership of oil and gas assets changes hands.
This period as well, we've also had the issue bordering on divestment. If we remember, the old ExxonMobil divested to Seplat, their JV operation, and also Shell JV operations was divested to Renaissance. Then the same thing as well, Ajip was also divested to Oando. Then similarly, Equinor was divested to Chapa. Equinor was divested to Chapa and all that. In the course of that divestment, one of the most innovative things that we did was that we know that the new employers coming, some of them were existing companies buying into the shares of the IOCs, while some of them were quite new. So one of the things we did as CWC was that we approached the then DPRO, now NUPROC. We approached them and we told them that don't sign any divestment, don't give your final approval to any divestment until there is an amicable discussion and settlement between PENGASSAN, those that are buying and those that are selling. Because we learned from past experience. When Shell did some divestments in the past, we learned from, there were some casualties. So we try to learn from what has happened in the past. How do we improve on it today? Because for us, we feel that as an association, we believe that what has been done in the past, if we see one or two loopholes, how do we improve on it? And those that will come after us, we also look at, this is some of the things we've done, this is one of the mistakes that has been made, how do we also improve on that? So part of what happened, clearly what happened was that as a result of all these divestments, in fact, NUPROC bought into it. They added in part of their conditions that before they sign the final clause of those divestments, that there must be a certificate from Ministry of Labour acknowledging that there's an agreement between the union and the buying company as well as the selling company. That was followed to the latter. What that helped us to achieve was that during that divestment, there is no single PENGASSAN member that lost his or her job. Solidarity! So now, it's not just the job alone. Part of what we also did was that we protected their CBA. Protected their CBA in the case, for example, when Seplat was buying over JV of ExxonMobil, we added that the day they are going to cut off, that Seplat is going to come in, Seplat must sign the CBA that ExxonMobil was operating before. So with that, Seplat, signed that CBA from day one. Owando signed the CBA from day one. So we did not just protect the job alone, we were able as an association to keep the pay. So the minimum was that the pay that they were earning in the ROCs till today is still 100% protected. Then not just for the PENGASSAN members alone, also the contract staff. One of the things we did was that in the signed agreement, the jobs of those contracted personnel were also protected. We wrote it there. In fact, when the handshake that they did, the handshake was not just to the in-house employees alone, but it also extended to the contract staff. Then the protection of the job also extended to the contract staff. So at the end of the day, in fact, in Ajib, we also extended it to third-party contractors, because we have some third-party contractors who are PENGASSAN members. So today, by the special grace of God, and for the work put in by the CWC, their jobs were protected, to the latter.
Speaking on the achievements of the current leadership, PENGASSAN President Comrade Festus Asifo said the progress recorded by the association over the past 6 years was a collective effort of the Central Working Committee and National Executive Council.
Whatsoever achievement has been achieved in the last 3 or the last 6 years is a collective achievement. People standing here are leaders of PENGASSAN. There is no decision that we take that is a one-man decision, it's a collective decision. And so the thank you that we have received today, I'm just like a symbol, right? But it is a collective thing. So for us, we'll be intact, we'll be discharging the responsibility together. If the national RO is addressing the CBA in one company, the national treasurer is trying to resolve 1 or 2 issues in another company. PENGASSAN, we are so large. Currently, we have about 140 different companies. In fact, even the national officers, they've overworked. Our last CWC meeting, we told ourselves that it's been tough in the last 3 years because we've literally had no life. We've literally, we barely even see members of our families because we run from one point to another. So really, I say thank you to the entire members of the Central Working Committee and also the National Executive Council, because it's a collective success in the last 3 years and indeed the last 6 years.
Comrade Asifo said PENGASSAN currently operates across 140 companies, with its national offices working across different locations to address members' concerns and protect their interests. He said the union's foremost responsibility remains the protection of workers' remuneration, welfare, and jobs, despite the difficult economic environments.
We understand, everybody understands how difficult the economy has been. Everybody understands how excruciating, the economy has been in the last years. But as PENGASSAN, our foremost responsibility is how do we protect the remuneration of our members? How do we improve the welfare of our members? And this, by the grace of God, we believe that this has been distracted relatively well, because our members today, to a very large extent, we have catered for their welfare and we have also protected their jobs.
The PENGASSAN president, however, warned that workers cannot thrive in isolation from the wider economy. He said declining living standards within workers' communities continue to erode the benefits of improved earnings, urging governments at the federal, state, and local levels to become more responsive to the needs of Nigerians.
Our members do not live in isolation, because for one oil and gas worker, or if even one worker in Nigeria, you cater for your community, you cater for your families. So even if you are living relatively well, even if you earn higher salary, for example, members in your community, they are not earning well, they don't even have jobs. That money that you are earning is going to erode. And that is why we often always call on government to be much more responsive. Government in this case, not just federal government, state government, and local government. As we've also said, our local government, and as you know, is the closest to the grassroots. Our because of the fact that our local government literally has collapsed. And that is why you see more poverty everywhere. Because normally, the way the structure is, as somebody staying in that local government, you could go to the local government chairman and ask questions and ask him why some certain roads are bad, mostly the road that are local government. You could walk to your local government chairman and say, oh, the market is not functioning. But today, they are more or less like demigods. So we have to sit down and rejig on how our government is functioning, because as it is today, it is quite hard.
Comrade Osifo expressed particular concern over the state of local government administration, arguing that the weakening of grassroots governance has contributed to growing poverty and poor infrastructure. He called for a review of how government functions at the grassroots, stressing that local governments should be able to respond to the needs of their communities. The PENGASSAN president also linked poverty to the country's security challenges, warning that insecurity will be difficult to minimize without addressing the economic hardship facing Nigerians.
The government must across board, must quickly look at the poverty rate in Nigeria, because you cannot completely eradicate or minimize the state of insecurity if there is poverty in the land. At least people must be able to feed themselves, right? People must be able to have basic necessity of life. They must be able to put shelter over their head, and they must be able to clothe themselves. What Nigerians need are not really too much. What Nigeria wants is not really much. They are the basics. And these are what we think that when government across board sit down together and have the political will, they can truly resolve.
As PENGASSAN celebrated those who helped shape its history, its leadership reiterated that the strength of the association lies not only in its current administration, but also in the foundation laid by generations of labor leaders. As PENGASSAN honors the leaders who helped shape its journey, the message from its current leadership is: the future of the labor movement depends on strong institutions, collective leadership, and a continued commitment to workers' welfare. From recognizing the contributions of past leaders to calling for stronger action against poverty and insecurity, the association says the foundation laid over the years must continue to guide the work ahead. That's all on TUC Half Hour this week. Thank you for keeping the date with us. To catch replays or share your thoughts, follow TUC Half Hour across all social media platforms displayed on your screen. Until next week, I have been your host, Judith Trust. God bless Nigerian workers.